Hey everyone, it's Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here wrapping up the second half of June and kind of just giving you a brief update on how things are going. If you've watched some of my other videos, you will have known that I did not expect to read a whole lot in the end of June, and I don't expect to read much probably this month either. My husband had triple bypass, and at the end of last month, and all of the drama and trauma to me, everyone, the whole family, our daughter, everyone has been just massive. He's doing wonderful, but you know, sometimes the emotional things take a little bit longer to heal. So that's still a work in progress. All that waiting room waiting, I did not read at all. And as I sat by his bedside and held his hand, I really just stared at walls, and that's how it had to be. So I finished 2 books in the end of June, and that's just what it is. I finished Princess Ever After by Rachel Hawke. This is the second book in the Royal Wedding series. I received this in a book box last year. These are, I believe, Christian fiction. She's a Christian fiction writer, and this was definitely an improvement on the first book. The first book I did not really like very much. This one was much better, and this is a found princess story. So, but if you're feeling like, oh, it's going to be like the Princess Diaries or something, it doesn't quite go that way. I did find Regina to be a bit spoiled and kind of rotten for a lot of the book, and I just kind of wanted to slap her. But not as bad as the first book. So again, not as bad as the first book, but still was just not my cup of tea. I know there are more books in this series. I'm not going to read them, and I'm really just, I don't think I'm going to pick up any more books by this author, because it's just not for me. Then I toyed with things because I had planned to read some of these books, but I changed my plan for the summer, and I'm going to catch up on a couple of the romance novel series that I have been putting off for the past year and a half or so. So I just went to the library and grabbed all of these books. So I did finish this one in June. It is the 3rd or the 4th in the Survivors Club series by Mary Baylog, and this one is only Enchanting. I will say this is not my favorite book by her. I really was kind of hoping I would like this a little more than I did. It's about Flavian. He has what we would term nowadays a traumatic brain injury in the war, and it is his love story, and it is kind of a marriage of convenience sort of trope in this. The only one of the problems I had with it was that the traumatic brain injury that he had was a bit convenient. They do mention very briefly in the beginning and through it that he does have short-term memory problems, and he can't remember names and things like that are very difficult for him to remember. But it seems like this traumatic brain injury kind of gave him a little bit of a stutter and made him forget a specific aspect of his relationship with another woman, and how they were supposedly in love, and everyone was telling him this, but he forgot all about this stuff, which seems a little bit convenient to me. I really wish that they had carried on a little bit more of like his lingering short-term memory problems throughout the book, because his recovery is nothing short of miraculous, to be perfectly honest. But it was good for what it was supposed to be. It did take me a really long time to read this. This was the book that I was trying to read while my husband was in surgery, and that just wasn't working. So you could take that with a grain of salt, my rating. So like I said, I really just intend to finish up these series and another series that I have. So I have here 2 physical books, the last, and one on my Kindle from the library, which are the last 3 books in this series, the Survivors Club, which I am looking forward to reading. And then I have 3 more from the Lucky Harbor series by Jill Shalvis. I really have always liked her writing in her books. They tend to have dogs in them and stuff, and be very cute. And these are contemporary. So whatever I finish of this, I finish of this. And then as things start getting a little bit more back to normal, I will start up with maybe some more of those books. But for now, I'm just taking it one day at a time, one step at a time, and one moment at a time. I don't know if I'm going to participate in readathons. I'm going to play it all by ear and see how everybody's doing. Like I said, one moment at a time. In June, I did do the emoji-a-thon and I really enjoyed myself and I did meet all of the challenges, but I really just don't have enough time to go through where everything, but most of the books that I read for Read-A-Rama, I think it was, were all part of emoji-a-thon, and I think I read 6 books that were emoji-a-thon reads. And I'm just gonna leave it at that because I don't have time to play around with that today. So I will talk to you all again later, and I hope you are reading something great, and I look forward to talking to you all. Okay, bye.